You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. WEPA, what's up, my beautiful people, my Crusaders? What's poppin'? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Comic Crusaders Podcast, where we keep it real, we keep it geeky, and we uplift the indie comics grind. And man, talking about grind and being a hustler today, we have a heavy hitter in the Kickstarter game. This man is out there cooking up fire stories like The Fog Within. And right now, he's got a fire project called Recon and the Little One Universe. Oh my God. So check it out. Get ready to start to hang out with this amazing storyteller, this creative hustler, the man who probably doesn't sleep much, the one, the only, the incredible Mr. Sean Wood. What's poppin', kiddo? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome back. You know, thanks for hanging out. You know, I know you're gonna be busy. Like you said, when I said that you're gonna be on the grind, we were talking in the green room. That is no bullshit. For this man is committed this month to making sure that everyone is aware of this fantastic new project he got out. We're gonna start getting into it. All right, but just for those that don't know, Sean, you know, first things first. You know what I mean? You gotta let these folks know there. What was that moment in your life where you went, yeah, I want to torture myself and make comics for a living? What sparked that madness?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a comic reader my entire life. I never thought there was really an avenue for it. I just thought, go to college or just go into the retail scene and just try to make money that way. There's no way to get into the creative side of things. But I was just reading The Walking Dead Deluxe one day. And I got it because it was in color versus black and white like it used to be. And I didn't realize at first, but he had his outline in the back. Robert Kirkman just had like his scratch sheet of paper that just said like one line for per page of what he wanted to accomplish. I was like, oh, snap, it's that easy to at least start. So I was like, well, let me at least try something like that and then try to pursue something. Let's see where it can go. And I did the Scott Snyder writing class with his Best Jacket Press. And actually, I met with him once a month for a year. And he read all my scripts. We talked about different things that I want to accomplish and everything and trying to build from there. And I came up with the idea with The Fog Within first. I was running one day and I was running in some fog and just had this random thought pass my mind that just said, if I go through this fog and ended up somewhere else, where would it be? And I came up with that universe there. And with this new thing, Recon and the Little One, I had no idea that I was going to do anything else but The Fog Within. I was having a conversation with another creator, and he said, you need to do something else to get a new audience, right? I was like, yeah, that's true. And I had no idea what I would do, and I just thought of this fear that I have for my daughter growing up in this crazy world that we're in now, and how I want to protect her as a father. She's 4. She's got a long way to go and to learn about this world. And I came up with robots versus zombies protecting her, basically. Yeah. So, just keeps on going. And now that I've done Recon, I'm in anthologies and I'm just making new stories all the time now. And it's a lot of fun. I can't stop. I got the bug now.
See, now that you have that bug, right? Because, your stories do seem to mix action and heart, and going for those deep things, like you're saying, man. So, yeah. What's that secret sauce? And as you're doing it, how much does that at least require? About 10% caffeine, son?
Oh yeah. I mean, like you said, I don't get a lot of sleep. Doing the full-time job, then taking care of the kids till like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, and then trying to write and just think of these stories. But I mean, the heart of the stories and everything comes from the fears. That's what I've learned in the classes. The best stories come from a true fear for yourself, either a past fear that you're over now or a present fear, and just build from there. So that's where I get the heart of the stories. And the same thing goes with The Fog Within too. There's fears in there that I wrap my head around all the time and just carry it on. And that's how I can get it out and get past it too, is adding it to this fantasy world. So
dig it. And so you were just talking to you, so you're dabbling into anthology and all. So let's talk about that then. What's kind of like the wildest thing that you've done for inspiration? Have you locked yourself in a dark room? Have you traveled to another dimension? Have you eaten a questionable street taco? Like, what?
No, I wouldn't go that far. My side would definitely be boring on the that kind of thing. I was more just like reading other comics, like, okay, I want to get into this genre, trying to delve more into it if I'm not normally into that genre, watching movies about that, trying to break down the story of what I like about it, how I think it works, and then watching like YouTube videos of how someone else thinks it works, because there's plenty of breakdowns of comics, plenty of breakdowns of shows and movies, things like that. So that's where I think it shines. I want to bring that into mine. I want to emulate that. So,
all right, I like to do this lately. It puts people in a funny situation. Let's talk about that currently live Kickstarter you got out there. We're gonna show that in a moment. Don't you worry. Be patient, right? So, I want you to hit us with the elevator pitch, but I want you to do it like you're trying to convince a skeptical space alien as to why they should fund it.
Oh man, a space alien. That would be a hard one. If they know what a robot and a zombie is, that's the easiest pitch. Is a metal formation against an infected, diseased human being. I don't know, that it'd be kind of hard since they don't know if they know what that is, but yeah, that's the shortest, sweetest pitch that I normally say is robots versus zombies. Who doesn't like those two things? And then mashing them together.
Excellent. Dig it. All right, so let me bring on this baby because we're going to be talking about the Yahoo video too. So I'm going to show off that video in a moment as well. All right, but Kickstarters are like a roller coaster, right? One day you're flying high, the next you're questioning your life choices. Like, oh my god, right? What's been the biggest oh shit moment for you, kind of so far as in your journey at Kickstarter? Because again, you are a boss, so you keep moving and creating projects through the platform.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely been a wild ride, like you said. The first Kickstarter that I did was a little over 2 years ago now, and I funded in like the last 5 minutes, and it was 2,500. So I was sweating it, and on top of it, I was on the road, so I was driving that last 5 minutes and didn't even know if I funded until I parked. So that was rough.
Every 2 minutes on the highway. I'm just checking my tires, officer.
Right. Put those safety hazard lights on. But yeah, so that was my first one. My second one, I funded a few days ahead. And then the third one that I did, which was last August, I finished. That one funded with like 2 weeks left. So it's slowly building an audience, slowly, getting more people to see it and doing the podcast, getting people that wouldn't normally see it, seeing it for sure. And this one, it's not funded yet, but I'm only 7 days in now, and I'm well past what I've been on the previous Kickstarters. And backer wise, I'm at 93 right now, and the last one was my biggest at 119 for the whole thing. So I'm hoping for 150 plus. And then
you're about to break your own records here, baby. You're about to break your own records. And a big salute, guys. For those that are listening, only my homie's here looking for a $3,000 goal on this project. As he said, with 24 days to go, we're at 2,346 with those 93 amazing indie comic book supporters. So much love and salute to y'all. Yo, much respect. We appreciate it. Yo, Big Danny was popping. Yo, salute. Yeah, man. So let's play this video real quick. All right, I'm gonna put that a little bit bigger, and then we're gonna dive into the art, the team building, and all that goodness. All right, mi gente, let's check it out. baby. You seen that, folks? Did you see that and how cool that looks? Let me pick the right one. That would kind of be nice. Wouldn't that be right? Yeah, well, I'm comfortable there for now. All right. Jesus. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. All right, so right now, again, it's at 78% of the goal that homie is looking for. Talk about this, baby. Talk about this project and building a team. So talk about your teammates. Talk about that artist and that promance. How that come about?
Oh, yeah. So Dave Schwartz, I've seen his stuff before. I've backed books that he's been the artist on, and I've seen him around for a while. So I didn't have to go searching too far for him. Main thing I was looking for in an artist for this particular series was somebody that could bring emotion and life to a robot. That's not always easy. So, a metal face that doesn't really have emotion, how do you bring emotion to that? Because this is more of a quirky kind of robot and a girl. So I wanted to bring that. So that was the first step. And once he was on board, I was kind of nervous at first because he's done a lot of stuff in the past, and he's doing plenty of stuff right now. He's always busy, and he's loved it. And and it's been history since. He's the penciler, inker, and colorist, and the main cover is his for this book. So, and
this would be it right here, correct? This is the main baby right here, which is fire. I love the design on the robot too, badass.
Yeah,
those old school style robots when I was growing up. Oh shit! I didn't see. I like to surprise myself and wait and not look at the project. Sometimes be. Whoa, dude! Yeah. Who did this? Your zombie design here is insane, yo. What's going on?
Yeah. So the zombies, I tried to bring something different to zombies because everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people do zombies, and it's just, for one, you don't have a backstory. You don't know how they became in this universe. They're just there, and you have to take them on. With this, there's a backstory. The vines have a reason. What happens is the food is scarce in this universe. Which is not unlike how we are right now, kind of. But food is scarce. Scientists have to over bioengineer the food, and they actually cause an infection. So the food actually causes the infection, and then basically when they're zombies, they're not really going after brains or trying to eat you. They're trying to turn you into the vines and the earth. And everything is trying to go back to Earth. So Mother Nature's basically coming after us.
Oh, okay. So, I like that. What the hell? What did
trying to be a little different?
What did you smoke that day when you were thinking about that?
I was at work that day, so I don't know what I was daydreaming about at work, I guess.
Oh man, it was so him. I said, wait a minute, let me start thinking here. But I love it. Yeah. Okay, we're talking all about this. Who's your letterer? We didn't mention that.
Yes, so Letter Squids, Justin, he's been my letterer since the beginning. So this is my fourth book that he's done with me, and he's done my logos, the formatting, the designs, credit page, and all the lettering. And I don't know where I'd be without him because his sound effects are definitely what he's known for most, and it adds a whole nother level to the art. It's not just there. It doesn't look bad because sometimes you have the letterer that at least they're not making it look bad. They're not being seen, whereas his sound effects and everything they're definitely seen. They're definitely
pop. He's there.
Yeah.
Yo, who did this one? This is fire too. Look at these covers, bro.
So Arnaldo Jr. He did this one, and that cover right there just tells you the whole book without even saying anything. It's a robot protecting a girl against zombies, and they're everywhere.
I love this. So old school again, but again with robots though. The style of it, I'm digging the shit out of it. Oof.
So this is the first page. That's the only page that's really going into a lot of detail and explaining what's happened before this. That's basically just saying that the food was scarce. The zombies are here to take us back to Earth. Basically the robots were built because there wasn't enough humanity left to fight the zombies off. So they built the robots to take the place in this war. And when humanity lost, there is no humans left. It's just zombies and robots. And now these robots don't have any purpose. So he's just rusting away. That's the one of the Recon bots, which is our main character. And he hears a scream, and all of a sudden he wakes up and jumps into action because he has a purpose again. He hears a human and doesn't know how, but he knows he has to protect them. So he's going into action.
So his directive is still with him, protect humans and just kick ass. He heard a scream, it was a rap.
Oh yeah.
Look at it. I mean, yo, I love he just runs right through them.
Yep, no problem at all.
That is some badass shit, bro. I want to see this as the cartoon because I don't think that, in real. If they do this, if you do this live action is one thing, but in the cartoon, you'd be able to get away with the violence on some hardcore.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. Yeah.
And there's plenty of violence too, but it doesn't go crazy. So there's plenty of zombie violence, but it's not. For one, I don't do any kind of cursing in my books. I mean, especially a robot. I mean, that'd be kind of weird if a robot was cursing, but
it is.
Yeah,
I try to make my AI curse, and it refuses.
Nice.
Yeah,
but yeah, so it's more like a quirky kind of zombie story. It's not completely horror. It's more sci-fi thriller horror. There's plenty of jump moments and oh crap moments, but it's nothing crazy on that side because it's still geared like my son. He's 10, and I would say it's borderline for a 10-year-old. It's probably more like a little older than that, but and up. So
no, gotcha. Yeah. Now you were talking about that lettering and the popping of the letters. Yeah, bro. I mean, everything about this pops, but the lettering as you mentioned, and then boom, there we go. Yeah, you feel that motherfucker for real.
Yeah, and the sound effects was really going to be a big deal for this one too because he's a bot. He's going to make all these kinds of crazy noises, and I want you to live and feel that as you're reading the book. Since you can't hear it, then I have to do some crazy sound effects, which is always interesting researching sound effects. So yeah, I definitely did. I read a lot more robot books than I'm used to because there's not really a lot out there of robot comics. So I was trying to emulate again what I saw that worked and add it to my book. So.
And I love the panel structure on this page. Fire.
Yeah. Fire. Yeah. When he started doing the panels, so of course I have it in my mind of what I think it will turn out to be, but when he actually did the pages, I really thought it was a lot of quick, like Samurai Jack type action. So that's what I've said in my elevator pitch is Samurai Jack meets Wally, tasked with saving the last girl against zombies. That's my official elevator pitch. It's a lot of Samurai Jack type quick style kind of in your face action.
I love that she's just so calm in the middle of that shit. Are you crazy? I'll be screaming like a little girl. And I mean, when I'll be screaming more than her, like littler than her.
Well, in that scene right there, she's basically she's really attached to that bunny. That's the last thing she has from her family, and that's actually my daughter's bunny. I literally sent a picture of that to my artist and said I have to have this. This is called her baby in real life. I didn't call it that in the comic, but so a zombie steps on the bunny. She's protected by Recon. They're going through a crowd of zombies. And she runs away and jumps for everything to save her bunny, even though she's being surrounded now. She's willing to risk it all to still have that. So basically, she's saying to herself in that page that I'm coming back to my family. I'll see you soon. And she's given up. She's in the fetal position. And Recon turns around, and the next page is going to be the big turn and action and everything. So it gets crazy.
We're getting excited. Let me ask you, man, if this was in fact turned into a project, like a high, big budget Hollywood blockbuster, what actor would play the lead and who would play their wacky sidekick here?
Oh, man. A robot with a quirky attitude as an actor. I mean, it would be great. I mean, Ryan Reynolds just comes to mind first. I mean, I'm thinking like a Deadpool kind of attitude, but in a bot form. So something like that. Girl, I have no idea. But
let's go any point in time. Like any point in time. Doesn't have to be current. So we could go any point in time.
Yeah. She's now grown up. She was a kid actress. I can't remember her name or what movie it was. She's blonde. Does that help? Does that narrow it down at all?
Oh my God. Right. Yeah. Let me ask you before we move on here as well. So every creator has their kryptonite, right? So what's the one part of comic making that makes you want to flip a table? Do you actually flip a table or just an aggressive sigh? Yeah.
Oh man. I would say the fear of not knowing like how it's gonna do. Like you put all this work into it, and then not knowing like does other people like this as much as I, the passion that I put into this, are they gonna like it as much as me? And you don't know until you hit that live button, and that's nerve wracking. I mean, this time around, I did feel a little more safe. I would say, at least that it would start out well. Didn't know if funding and everything like that. You never know that. But I was at 173 followers by the time I went live, and that's way more than I've had in the past. I think the last one I got up to 100. So it was a lot of talking to other creators and a lot of people like on Reddit and Twitter and everywhere. They were always commenting and asking questions. So the more people are engaging, I know I have something that people are liking. But still, you don't know until you hit that live button.
All right, you're talking about that, right? Because you write stories with deep themes, right? So do people ever assume that if you got everything in life figured out because of your characters, like, oh, Sean must have the wisdom of a 10,000-year-old monk,
I mean, I don't know about because of the stories, but when they see me and I have glasses, they always automatically assume I'm a genius and that I've got everything going on. But it's other people have glasses. It's not all the smart people, so it can be fooling. But yeah, I mean, I try to have my stuff together. Let's put it that way. Because like everything with the Kickstarter, you have to plan. You have to make sure you know where you're going to get these specialty covers or where you're going to get these certain merchandising type things way ahead of time, and I always have a plan. And with the podcasting game, you have to go 3-4 months ahead of time to try to get on all these podcasts. And if you don't do that, you're never going to get anywhere. So
yeah, I love getting those guys that tell me, "Oh man, I just looked. Yeah, my Kickstarter is about to finish, and you don't have no room." I'm like, "Yeah, of course not." I'm sorry. Yep. Sometimes, if you were on the show before, sometimes if I can, I'm like, all right, since you were here before, I'll show you some love. I'll try to make some time, But if I can, I can't. You know what I mean? And right now we're looking at some rewards, and I wanted to ask you, obviously with your Kickstarter back and all, has anyone ever suggested something so wild that you consider putting it in or have put it in?
I would say the wildest thing, and it's not really that wild, but the wildest thing that I've had happen so far is I have a retailer tier. I always have that in there, but I have like the bigger one, especially just for the US, just because shipping is crazy for one comic, let alone for 12. And actually, I had a retailer in Germany reach out this time on Instagram and said, "Hey, I noticed it's just the US. I'm willing to pay the shipping. Let me know what the shipping will be, and if you can do it on the Kickstarter or if you can do it, after the fact. I want to get the book because these guys around me in Germany, they're not willing to do the US books, which is most books, because of the shipping, and he's willing to eat some of it." So that in his store that other people can see it and they're willing to pay more, just not that much more. So if it's a retailer tier, it's already, that much lower in price per book than the shipping. So I told him, I went on pirateship.com that night and I said, "Hey, it looks like at this weight and this size, like it would be like $50 shipping. Are you cool with that?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I put it on the Kickstarter. I added Germany to the shipping and he backed it already. So that's probably the craziest thing I've been so far. And I'm grateful because I love the retailer stuff. I want to be in more LCSs. It's just really hard sometimes with Kickstarter and the prices that it needs to be. And it works out sometimes it doesn't.
And it's international, baby. International. Arnold said, "Listen, if they don't know you internationally, they don't know you." Yeah. Looking at Big Four Sunwood, bro. Hey, love it. I dig it. And talk about these awesome rewards and tiers, because folks, again, you get started for as simple as just $1, just because you're kind, you're generous, you want to give sign. But of course, if you want sign, Digi starting at $5. 24 pages of comic book goodness right here, all right. And then what's up over here? These what are we getting? This is Recon one shot and digital. So physical starting at 10.
So that's digital deluxe. So that'll have like background stuff. I'll have pages where I'm explaining why I did this panel and the inspiration behind it. It'll show pencils, inks, colors, and then like the whole process. And I've done that before, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. And I enjoy just talking more about it so people can actually get the feel of what I'm going through.
Excellent. I dig that. I dig that. And then Fizzy's here starring at 12, baby. Right there. Cover A by Dave Schwartz right there. Beautiful. The one by Amari Morales is $15 right there. That dope zombie one. They're all dope though. Every cover here is shit, man. I hope we have a package for all of them.
Of course.
You got a digital creative bundle right here with that first dope story. I mean, look at that artistry there you see in those pages. You know, $19, catch up on everything in the Woodverse. All right.
Yep.
Ooh, you got a hollow full chrome cover?
Yep, just the cover A. So that'll be the chrome part will be the logo, and the hollow foil will be the rest of the book. And I've done it before on the other books, and it looks great.
Love it, love it. That goes that Savvy Retailer bundle. Oh shit.
Yeah.
This is the only one for the States, you know. Hey, of course, there he goes. There goes everybody. You gotta get this one. Get every one of those covers. I'm sure this is dope for real.
Yeah, and the 3 covers, you basically get one of those for free, for that price for what I was doing for each one separately.
Oh yes, you are. Look at that. Then you got that creative bundle physical. Get everything print. Who do you use for your printing? Someone local?
So I've used different ones depending on what it is. It's Ready Comics. I've used Comics Wellspring, but I also use Comic Impressions. That's my newer printer, Comic Impressions.
Excellent. I love that those companies are out there, kicking ass and helping creators. Ooh, metal cover, dope.
Yeah, and that's embossed metal. So now that's a new thing at Ready Comics, to where what I'm going to do is do the logo and the robot, and it's going to be standing out from the cover itself. So I figured a metal robot is perfect for a metal embossed cover, and I'm sure it's going to look pretty. There's a lot of layers involved, but I made sure to get with the printer before putting it on a Kickstarter and saying I'm going to do it, and then I can't make it happen. So I'm all ready to go with that. So yeah.
Oh man, great! This looks beautiful. Yeah, I see it. There we go with the. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, I see it, bro. I see it. I know exactly what you're saying, bro. What's the indie creator advertising tier? Nice. Most don't do this, so I like to see that you do that as well. I don't see many creators that all do this on Kickstarter.
Yeah,
so very nice.
I've done it before for another creator. I've backed it there, and I know it helps me, and it just gets your name out there a little bit more. I also try to put on there too that I'll put it in my updates, like after we're funded, saying they're sponsored by these 2 guys. So every update that I do in the process. So if you've got a pre-launch right now, and you'll be live around April or May. April, it'll be in the updates, and May I'll be in print. So it'll be in hand to all the backers by May or so. So depending on when you're going to be live, or if you're just trying to talk about your website, whatever, I'm willing to help with the ad. The ad that I have is a picture right there. That's the ad that I've created for The Fog Within. How I said in number 4 is coming up, this summer. So that's just an idea of what I've done before. It'll be a half a page though, so 2 of them is the limit, and it has to be safe for work too, because this is definitely not nothing crazy in this book, so I don't want any NSFW stuff. But other than that,
that's wonderful. Yeah, go in line with how you do your book, Yeah. And not safe for work stuff. Sometimes I don't get why. Sometimes it got to be so vulgar. But hey, what?
Yeah.
All in one package. Oh, you getting everything on this mother. Tea.
Yeah. So I got a shirt. I got the 3 sticker pack. I've got the standee and the metal bookmark and the metal trading card, and any of the 3 covers. I just put the cover A on there as the picture, but any of the 3 covers, whichever one you want, is the one.
Oh, so you could choose the cover you want in the package.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, nice. There's not no random books. Look at that. 9 items included in that. That's dope right there. Yeah. Then we got my man got tears, the epic retailer bundle. There we go. Ships anywhere. The one that was inspired right here by Germany for that anywhere. Beautiful. Look at Love that. Yeah, go support our local comic shops, folks. Show some love.
Oh yeah.
Now,
And
be
Sean
drawn
is
in.
a zombie.
Zombie. Ooh,
You know?
nice.
Yeah, so I'm actually a zombie in the book at some point in my my regular work attire, and my son likes to point out because he's kind of the robot, me and him, that I get punched as a zombie, so he gets to punch me in the book basically, and he loves it. Um, and yeah, we have 4 spots for that. I think we've already sold 2 of those, and
And who
yeah,
does and the art's going to be done by the series artists,
yeah,
correct?
yep. And you also get a commemorative, smaller print of your page too. So if you want to frame it saying, "Hey, I'm in this book. This is my page," it'll be without lettering when I print that out, just so you have a good look of you as a zombie. And yeah, and I've done that in the past as a rebel and the Fog Within. Since there's no humans, it's kind of hard to do anything but zombies. So, but I mean, people like to be a zombie too, so it's a lot of fun.
Oh, it is. And then look at this. This bus looks badass, bro.
I actually have it too. I have it right in front of me.
Oh man, my man
I don't know
about
if you
to show
want to
us.
see it.
Hell yeah,
I mean,
look at that. That's
it's
so
handmade.
cool.
It's clay. It's I'm going out of screen. But yeah, it's got a weight to it. It's probably like it's over a pound easily. And he even has like wiring, like hard wiring here for the bot. He's got the the ear pieces or whatever that he added to it that are like plastic. And he's willing to do 5 or 6 of these. So this is the first one. This is the one that I approved. And yeah, I've sold 1 in add-ons. So if you don't want that particular tier, then you can pick whatever tier and it's still in the add-ons. And at some point I'll have to cut it off if I sell, over 5 or 6 of them. But right now, yeah, that's my favorite thing. I did my first con on Saturday and this was at the table. And that attracted a lot of people. They're all like staring at it and just like oohing and ahhing over it. Other creators were too, actually.
Because again, they don't think about a lot of these things like this. What inspired the bust idea, though? Are you a collector on that level of that?
Yeah, I mean everything behind me. I mean they're all statues. So I wanted one of my own. I don't really have anything physical form other than the books themselves of my stuff. So I went all out. I didn't know if I would be, depending on how this one does, if I was going to continue on with this universe. And I wanted to have proof of it in my man cave. So it looks perfect. I mean, I'll show you. I mean, it looks like it fits right there.
Yeah.
Like you can't even tell. I mean, it looks like that kind of quality. So
excellent. I dig it. Again, not a common thing. People always think about the figure, a Funko, a plush. Right. I don't think this level though, like that. I bet you I'm gonna talk to a creator in the future. He's gonna have one of these. I'm gonna ask him, "Did you sit next to Sean Wood?" Right. How was that con experience? You said it was your first. How did it go? How did you feel outside of just people oohing and ahhing at the statue? What was the reception of your titles like?
Yeah, it was good. So I mean, I definitely changed my elevator pitch to a lot quicker and a lot less words by like the first 30 minutes because people are just like slowly like looking and they keep on moving. So eventually I got them with Mad Max universe with powers, and that made people stop instead of saying like 2 sentences or something. Yeah. And then if they are listening, then I would continue on with the story. It's just luck would have it. I have 3 posters from the first campaign that I did. I'll never do posters again because they're such a pain to ship. But those 3 posters tells the whole story. I've got one of the villains, one of the rebels, and then one of Hunter. So I can go over the entire story just by pointing out those 3 posters. So that was my like go-to. And then I talked about Recon and the little one with the statue because that's all I have at the moment, and how it's live and had the QR code and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, people were digging it. I did a lot better than I thought I was for my first con. And it was a 1-day like local con. It's like 10 minutes from my house. Nothing crazy. But I was in the green. I was like, as long as I'm in the green, I'm not in the red after paying for the table, then I'm good. But yeah, I was well past.
That's the goal, boy. That's always the goal. Can I please make up my table money? Especially, I mean, you have a 1-day con, so that's a lot of pressure. At least if you have a weekend, you can say on day 1, I hope I could make up and just profit the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you. Yeah, kiddo. Good reception. That means good shit. And folks, you want to talk about getting some good stuff? It's right there, folks. This project is live now. Let's get up there to the top, man. Can you please cooperate, computer? That'd be nice. Let me just do WAP. Right, because again, yeah, why not? Just take a look at that beautiful art. Look at that. This campaign is live now, mi gente. We gotta show the love. Look at that. Okay, 93 back. It's 24 days ago. I've been showing off the link right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So this is what it is. Now, let me ask you here. It's fun. I gotta ask you these. We all have that. What the fuck did I just write moment, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest, most bizarre idea that you think you've ever written down that thankfully never saw the light of day, or did it?
I mean, the craziest thing that I've wrote, I did in the last issue of The Fog Within, which I don't really want to give away too much though, but I will say I killed off a main character. And when I wrote that, I was like, crap, am I going to lose my entire audience? Are they going to hate me after this and never come back? Because for a second, it seems like it's out of the blue, but it's explained. And actually, when I was talking to Scott Snyder back in that year, I asked him multiple times, I was like, are you sure this is okay? Are you sure this is not going to destroy my book? And he's like, no, no one would ever think you're going to do that. So it's great. It's not just for like a shock and awe type thing. There is a purpose behind it, and it moves the story along. So it's great. Keep it in there. Because I was really worried. I was like, if you want me to take it out, I'll take it out. I'll change what I'm doing.
Please tell me to take it out.
Yeah. And I had to ask like multiple people too. I was like, are you sure this is going to be okay? And it did shock them. And it worked out for the better, I think. So it's one of my favorite pages now too that I've done so far.
There you go. You see, man. Excellent. I love it. Now, what's the future looking like for you? I mean, is it more comics, maybe a musical adaptation of The Fog Within, starring an all puppet cast or something? Like, what are we doing?
Well, I haven't thought about the puppets yet, so that might be new. That might be the new thing. I'll tell you next year, I guess. No, right now, so The Fog Within, I still have it planned out as 12 issues. As long as I keep on funding, I can keep on going with that. That'll be out in June. We're already working on art now, doing the anthologies at the same time, doing the colors for this book at the same time. Every day I'm getting some kind of process back, and I'm loving it. I'm loving to stay in this fantasy of being a writer and not having a regular, full-time job at the same time. I don't know what that thing is over there. That's just in my way. I need to do this for a living.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, jobs get in the way of fun. Let me tell you.
Yep. But yeah, for number 4 in June, and then I plan to go to trade in August or so, and then next year I plan to do another Kickstarter of Recon, the little one, this universe, because this is a one-shot. So this, you can get everything you need to know in this one story, but I have other stories to tell in this same universe. So as long as it's doing well, which I think it's going to do, then I have 3 more stories. Basically, it'd be 2 more one-shots. One that tells about the war, so like how they got to the start of all this, the robots fighting on our behalf, and then how it ended. And then it'll start, right. The first page of this book will be, where that one ends. And then I have another one that'll be a couple years from this point of this story in the future. And then the 4th one, do something a little different. I want to do the 4th one will actually tie in those 3 one-shots as a finale. So all of those things that people you meet and introduce and characters and everything will culminate into one thing to be one big story. So 3 one-shots and then 1 finale to end it all. So
dig it. Now, final pitch time. Why should people back this Kickstarter right now? And can you do it in your best superhero announcer voice? Because the other day I spoke to Kevin Shinnick and his voice is insane. So,
Well, I don't have a whole lot of emotion in my voice. I mean, I have passion and I enjoy it all, but I don't know if I have the actor voice. But yeah, I would say a Samurai Jack style action. I already messed it up. Samurai style action meets Wall-E, tasked with saving the last girl on Earth against zombies and exclamation points. I mean, what's not to like about robots and zombies?
Zombies, robots, Mad Max. There's all this good stuff happening all over the place from the crazy mind of Sean Wood. Let me tell you, the Woodverse is on fire. All right. You see how it was going. And this project is proof for that. Again, we're at 2346, $3,000 goal, 24 days to go. There's several things here. With 24 days to go, that means that some of you are definitely getting paid, either this week or next. And it's also tax season, so don't give me no bullshit. All right, there's that money, so make sure you support an amazing independent campaign today. All right, so again, let me look at that Kickstarter link is right there below, and it's also in the show notes. All right, so make sure you click away, man. Sean, any last words before we go?
No, I appreciate you having me on again. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming back. Folks, you know what it is? Check out the Woodwards. Check out everything Comic Crusaders. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. WEPA! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. If you like the content, and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.